When I think of time, I think about how life is really precious. That's what we're talking about this morning. So thank you for being with us. You can live a life in flow where your deepest heart's desires become reality.
You are here to contribute through your essence, fall deeper in love with your life and the journey that you are on.
Take what works, ditch the rest, and always stay set for love.
Thank you for being a part of this community. We're all designed to live in flow. So let's go.
Good morning, friend.
Good morning. How are you this Monday morning?
Oh my gosh, doing good. And you with the kids? I know you've got lots going on in the mornings.
Yeah, so Chad's got the older kids this week, but the younger ones, the twins, started school every day. Hey, we're April 19th, and my kids finally went back to school every day.
Wow.
Granted, it's only half day, but I'll take it. They start from 8 to 12:30 today. So Monday through Friday for at least a couple more weeks until summer gets out. So
Were they excited?
Yeah, they were really excited to go back and just be a part of things again.
Masks, do they have to wear? Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's what
Masks, and they like the backpacks have to stay outside the classroom, and I'm not sure, but I know they're gonna have more kids than just 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever the heck they've had in the classrooms so far. So.
That's great.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. We had a party in my backyard with about 10 of us. My nephew Victor's girlfriend and the baby were here, and we've never met Chase. So we had Harper and Chase, and we were out by the pool, and we just a few family members that had never met Chase. They all came over, and we had Jersey Mike sandwiches, and we're outside in the backyard. So it was really, really nice.
I love it. And isn't that what life is about? Creating those memories, taking every opportunity you have to, like you were saying, life is precious, so how are you spending your day? And are you enjoying those moments when you do get to connect with people in your life or connect with something that really brings you joy? And are you using your time wisely and in a way that really feels good?
Yes. And, and I think too, when I think of that, I think of just people that are holding on to things to where you're not engaging with your family, and you think to yourself, you're mad about this or you're mad about that. And when it really push comes to shove, is it really that important for you to hold on to things or to miss out on things that are so precious? I guess that's what comes to mind first is when
I think it's hard for people sometimes, like if, at least I know for me in my experiences, when I've been really upset about something or angry about something, it's like there's a part of me and a part of my brain and a part of my heart that knows this is a waste of time. This isn't serving me. This isn't helping. This isn't useful to building my relationship. What would be more useful is having a conversation with someone or figuring it out or getting past my stuff, and whatever.
I know, but I think of the things sometimes that we're getting upset about. If you really break down what are you so upset about and how you want to look at things, it really doesn't serve you. It's almost like if you put out love, you're going to get love. And if you look for trouble, you're going to find trouble. Or if you're going to be critical, you're going to find things critical. You know what I'm saying? It's like things don't, I had family members that were a couple of people that were going to come, and last minute they didn't come. Now I could be mad about that, or I could just say circumstances happen. You give them the benefit of the doubt. You don't think, well, are they telling the truth? That, you can look for a reason to be upset, because if you look for those reasons to not give people the benefit of the doubt, you can create all kinds of trouble. And I think most of the time when you have disagreements on things, it's over such petty things that, you also need to look as, are people judging your life? Are you just judging others and you're having all of these issues? Or you know what I'm saying? If you really put it back in your plate and say, what if people judged me about things that I can't even imagine being judged about?
Mm-hmm.
I just, I think about that because what made me think of even life is precious and time is precious is yesterday was just one of those times where, you know, to have pictures of Harper and Chase, they live in Florida. Like that's an opportunity that is so precious to have. We'll never get those baby pictures again. We may not see Chase for a couple of years. And how precious is life? My mom, we took a great grandma picture with Harper and Chase in her arms. We don't know how long I mean, I hope we have 20 more years with my mom, but you just don't know what is around the corner. And I just really hope to give people heed the warning. What is it that you're so upset about? Is it really worth it to miss out on things that you can't get back?
Yeah,
And then
that's so
someone's
true.
gone.
So
You know what I
true.
mean? Either someone's gone or the opportunity is gone. And I guess I feel like the people that weren't able to come were, in my heart, were really missed. Were really missed.
And missed out on an opportunity. And
And not mad at them. I'm not
yeah.
mad at them. I just,
Well,
the precious part of just the community of family when it's almost like when you have, you know, all your ducklings in a row. And when one of those ducklings aren't there, it's not complete. So the people that weren't there that are important to me, yesterday wasn't complete because they weren't there. Am I mad that they weren't there? No, I have love and compassion and understanding for that. But I also feel like too, sometimes people let petty things, yes, maybe they're significant to them at the time, but if you really break it down, some of those things 5 years from now
you're
are
saying
really
get over yourself. Okay,
kind of.
so here's my question though. Is it that there really was just like I guess in my mind, I would say, okay, if there was a conflict, like you just they couldn't come because they weren't feeling well, or their car broke down, or, something like out of their control, like it's really just life just happens and you let it go? Or is it that someone chooses not to participate in something, or to choose to just have a negative attitude about whatever it is, and not taking in that idea that like every moment that I get to spend with people that I love is important, and I should take that opportunity, because they're just angry about something and bitter about something, and they don't want to, or they don't want to face, Mary's going to be there and I have an issue with Mary. You hear about that at people like, well, I'm not going to go to your wedding if so-and-so is going to be there, or whatever it is. So do you think if do you have a different viewpoint, I guess is what I'm asking, when it's something out of their control versus just being grumpy around something and not wanting to participate in it? Or do you just kind of look at it all the same, like, yeah, it's on that person, whatever, they missed out?
I kind of look at it as, you know, like you said, if they're sick or something, whatever, I totally understand. And the other part about if they're upset with someone and so they're going to miss out because they're upset with someone, I just really feel sad for them, because sometimes when it comes to a situation that it's not something you can do the next week, it's better to shelf the other issues, deal with them a different time, and go, because those things will at least in my mind, those things should resolve. My sister hasn't seen her daughter in a long time, and of course she was invited and we'll continue to invite, and when she shows up, we'll embrace her with love, but
Mm.
she is missed.
Can I say something, Shelley? I think that's really beautiful that you continue to invite. We should make that a topic for a show. I think about, it's easy when people don't feel connected for whatever reason, they've got something going on, or they feel a certain way about something, whether it's in their personal life or whether they feel a certain way about someone in the group or whatever. But the fact that you continue to invite, you leave that door open, somewhere down the road, that person is going to be so grateful that you did that, because maybe they just weren't ready in that moment, in that time. But now that they know, like if you just were like, they never come, so I'm just going to stop inviting them, then one day they're going to be like, wow, I'm never invited to anything. And that's how they're going to probably interpret it. Like, oh, they have their own fun. They do their own thing and I'm not a part of it. So the fact that you would just even leave the door open and is
Always.
so beautiful. And I really appreciate that about you.
Thank you. Well, I mean, that's really just your family is your family,
Mhm.
and no matter what, but I just feel like sometimes I think disagreements that you might have, or different relationships within relationships,
Mhm.
you might see the dynamics of a couple, and that might bug you about them, but when it's all said and done, we're still family. We
Right.
still are, have our differences, but we can take our differences and not make it such a difference, meaning
Right.
like just
I think
accept.
about that, like, so I have a lot of siblings. I have one biological brother, one biological sister, but I have former stepbrothers and I have half brothers. And my two half brothers and my two former stepbrothers, who were pretty much my brothers my whole life, they're all super, super close. So the four of them, and they all have the same last name, and they always do things together with their wives and partners. And forever, I felt like I had to be like, so what are you guys doing? So can I, well, like, I have to like invite myself into the group. Finally, I just like, once Chad and I were separated and there was all this, it got kind of weird a little bit with the siblings, because of, I'm sure that was weird for them. They've known Chad their whole life pretty much. But like, I'm not invited to things, and it's fine. I've definitely come to my own peace with things, but I think that's why I appreciate you always having that open door for people, because I think they're always posting like, we're doing this together and and forever, like, I didn't drink, and they would always go wine tasting or do something, and I'm sure that was probably like, well, she doesn't even drink, why invite her? But now they're just so used to not inviting. Oh, she's got 6 kids. That's a lot of people to have at the house. So there's all these reasons not to include someone. But I just think,
Mhm.
well, all right, whatever. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. It's sometimes I feel sad about it, and sometimes I'm like, I've got so many other things going on. But it does make me think about this whole idea of life is precious, and if something were to happen to one of them, I definitely would be so sad that I don't have that close relationship. Like, I don't really know them intimately. Like, I know you, or like I know my sister or Julian or my kids. There's
And
definitely
that's your
people that I have
family.
like really great relationships with. Yeah, that we know each other on really deep levels. And I think it's probably, I mean, it's both of our faults. Like, they're not reaching out, but I'm also not the one picking up the phone calling all the time either, trying to like build that relationship. And I think relationships take time and effort, and they need to be cultivated.
But
And
I also feel like take this stuff, like people hold on to things for years and years and years.
Mm,
And as we all know, if anybody could sit somewhere and say that they're the perfect person who's not made any mistakes or not been a part of whatever issue, it takes two to have an issue.
mhm.
But at the same time, all we really need is just set everything down and start fresh and
Right.
look at it from a different
Well, I'll say this,
perspective.
like, when we on the occasion that we do hang out, it's totally great. It's not weird, like, everything's totally great, and it's like, it's fine. But do we have that really deep, close connection? No.
But if it's
It's
not
not like
bothering anyone, then no one's losing anything. I think
mm,
what I'm really talking about too is the people that are close, and you think, I may not think the same way because we're all so different, and we
right.
all live such different, and we're in different stages in our lives. We can't expect for everybody to think or feel the same way. All I'm saying is, I think we just need to set our judgments aside and just look at it from a whole circle perspective. You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
that.
It's like,
Mhm,
I'm different than my mom, and things have changed with my mom over the years, and we can't do the same things we can do. But that
mhm.
doesn't mean I'm going to stop. If I want to take my mom to Sam's Club or whatever, I mean, we have to get her the electric seat. We have it, everything takes longer. And and it's a job. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's a lot to go. But for me, I like to hold on to whatever I can of being with my mom. So I'd rather let her get the cart and take the extra time and take 10 minutes to get into the store, because then I get what I get. My mom's not going to be here forever. So I want to embrace all the things that I can right now. Do I like that part? No, I'd like to say, come on, let's go. But you slow down as you age. And she's, bless her heart, she just wants to be with her family. She's so loving. Like, it's harder for her to hear. I have to repeat myself. But you know what? There'll be a day where I won't have my mom. So I don't care how many times I have to repeat myself. I don't care how long it takes her to get in the store. When I can do it with her, I want to do it, because life is precious. I don't know how long I have. I want to have what I have.
And I think that's the key, right? It's like the one of my former board members said, he came and spoke in one of my master leadership classes when I was in college there, and he said, you're lucky when you get older if you have 10 people in your life who you're really close with. 10 people. That's not even friends, or that's just like between your friends and your family. If you have at least 10 people in your life that you're super close with, like, you're lucky. And so when you figure out who that little posse is of people, it's important that you work through your stuff with them, and that you cultivate those relationships, and that you spend time even when it's hard, and that you talk things through when you have those struggles, because life is precious, and to have those relationships, it's so beautiful. And so
And
I
by
love
not talking, that was well said, Eva, because by not talking, not communicating, you're cheating yourself out of somebody who loves you very much. Down deep, we all just want to love each other and be loved.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. And feelings get hurt, and I just believe that things aren't really done on purpose, these misunderstandings. And like I said, I think life is short, and just come from love and forgive and move forward. And then you're going to just have so much more happiness in your life.
I know. I'm going to invite my brothers over for dinner, Shelley.
Yay. I'm proud of you.
Baby steps, right? I think that's all we can do, is like keep at least opening our door. They can come or not come. But if you have your door open, Shelley, you have an open heart, you have an open mind. Life is precious. You're willing to cultivate those relationships. And at the end of the day, I think that's the best choice that you can make.
I love you. I want to thank everybody for being with us this morning. We're at settolove.com. If you'd like to ask us a question, be on our show, anything, give us a message at settolovepodcast@gmail.com. We're here every weekday mornings at 8:30 a.m. Love you, best friend. Have a great day.
I love you, best friend. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Hit the bell.